It's many. I don't face it how this is as a copy. Esta pagmulo si Guardian Sun in the fire. Pinay sa ku, pagpadesin mo ako. Half a day, buenas dan saludo para todo si Mani Kumug, winigi Pugaman Marianas Agupa. Ang Sabado talos de Panilos Giniti, oran alas 9 gagan, oran alas 11. Undang kululu na kulo para todo Samzo ni Mani Kumug, winigi 100.3 FM. Rito tumbo este Panilos Gion Senit na kapasidad elektrisidad geri. Zaumadud gana papa tinian na Guaha Pika Festival luta sa Island Guaham para todo logi manggaygi tararanas inadingan finut sa Moro in Honolulu, California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Texas, Florida, North Carolina dan loki interid mundo ni maneko I manotauta in Felicita todo Samzo half a day. Jadi todo si Tauto Marianas para todo Samzo saludo para todo Samzo ni maneko gi YouTube. All right, YouTube dan loki itunin radio mga man malefa na in Zeni Batunis then subscribe sa mga man malefa mga na miss programa into Simona Marianas Agupa YouTube. Pues maila zata pansigi mo nagwini sa pago na dia Matsu dia 12 2022 después de mapanyagon Hesus Kristo. Pati siya man malefait na fino difunto Pali Antonelli na ginin guija jang guija gija guija. Dige natana na hululo isay na Hesus Kristo gilila lata. Damunga man malefa na kalang hamzo gi trongkun na naso pago na ogan Sabado. Wala, data pansigi mo na binitsubukan, data na ilokwi saludo adyo siya na kwipo ihumuhugwi ipugamata. Sa hunggan iladingan pa ko na Sabado, manadigan para tapan huzong at diyeso na barangkan haluntano tito ka na minigay niya manautaw tamanggay kigwe, no? Data liligaw adyo na sa banita igwa siya man fresco siya na dineko binga siya gitong kunhodso ang bokso greener pastures sinigi di palabran sanhizong mala da pinili na tanoy dong kululu na agradecimiento sigenti siya na humuhuwi programata. Pinini na anonymous donor si Zeus Mosi dong kululu na saludo para anonymous donor loki na ginin tutun niya esti loki hakat sumona prewa dyan Diabetes Prevention Foundation Tauber Foundation si Zeus Mosi dylan.tauber.com na gumaygigi santatin esti na programata no si Zeus Mosi no pues tanayam zon dong kulo na sa Zeus Mosi podesti siya na zuduloki itanahuhuzong siya gwinigi programata importante na informasyon sa ginin eno siyempre nagtasoda futuro housekeeping para pago na ogan Sabado no siyempre tababay telefonan sa takimonazan i-report na siya loki itaw-taw taman sauna siya man agang halong Data naya siya dongkulo na si Zeus Mosi. Isinya loki man manzot ti asunto binigi programata. Laginin eno na siya mas na pahamo na programan Marianas Agupa para tudusit na manggay bini na Islas Marianas. Usbala data naya saludo para time check Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Okay, time check at 9:01 pago na Sabado. Ikunit siya Amon dyan hinimlo. Bravo Pharmacy dyan Central Maulik na hinimlo. Pronto dyan listo na servisyon Amon para hinimlo. Agang watugi 233 Amon 233-2668. Email is over prescription bravomeds@gmail.com. Mabababagin in Lunis esta business. ginin oran alas 9 gigas, estay oran alas 6 ipupoy Sabado, ginin oran alas 9 gigas, estay oran alauna kita luon talo, agan wato 233, amo 233-2668. All right, Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center no mga man malefa nagagya lokwi Bravo giza kangman gagi lokwi gi nuevo na brands giza dandan law gagi main office garapan kusagin Pensilia mo nizo Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Time check at 9:02 pago na Sabado. Dati siya man malefa lokwi na Farmers Market garapan mga man malefa na magagigi siya man fresco man mangi siya na kiniset sa nilanso mga malefa na yung paisin si Paulo no si Leroy man mangi siya na gulay manggagigi garapan Public Farmers Market. Alright, wag ko nang igwa problema ito mo air conditioning ikarita mo mga malefa na si Aini Ace Air Conditioning yaturidad bueno para maulik air conditioning ikarita mo bisita wato si Amy gaya ikan tatini tarusu garapan ang bumiyahe papa luta gaya na ano kay litatun Icoro Garden Rota Hotel gaya ikan tuntasi moto luta bumiyahe papa luta mga malefa pay sina si Kindo o sinosirit saga Icoro Garden Rota Hotel. Ang gwa interes mo mamahan ni ziling ya no kalang no spandulus si Mike Naputi ya turidad no gaya gi Instagram Mike Naputi on Instagram dan lokwi Mike Naputi on Facebook. Seka i-Facebook o sino Instagram dan panoda dito siya tinanas niya si Mike Naputi. Kumugwiza i-aturidad i-kalang. Alright po sa ala zatafan sige mo nagwini sumukan iprogramata no i-klema para pago tisinya man malefad lokwi na i-klema ginin mapatumagyan o ginin itindan Joten markets and department stores. Markets and department stores. Shop local, shop Joten. I-klema pago na hani dina patutuzi hamzo ginin i-Medcount Joten zan i-departamentun tendasiha. Shop local, shop Joten. Alright, po sa mga malefan ninaw, shop local, shop Joten. Po sa nigi pago i-klema malapalang no sesti para pago na Sabado hanggan no para ukahulo minaitig 84 Fahrenheit, 84 degrees Fahrenheit, italuani. Yan, dididi, utsan 50%, a chance of raining. Pago na Sabado, humidity at 80%, wind direction ginin north-northeast at 21 miles per hour. Talo mapatumagyan ginin ni Joten Department Stores, Joten Markets and Department Stores, shop local and shop Joten. Mga man malefan no? So malagatapan sige mo na ginit sumukan esti programata. Alright, pusbuha siya gwini kulo para tanapan hujong. Gan gwa kulo, gwa siya birthday kulo, zanging gwalo ko interes mo man na hujong gwini. Haluma gi Honestly, Matinas comment gi Marianas Agupa Facebook na sinyo lokit talang no sa ino kung pago na Sabado. Alright? Pues, ikulo para pago na Sabado si Becca Nakatsukasa. Happy birthday para hogo Rebecca, para si Starlin Diamond Lokwe, para si Councilwoman Tony Tudela. Alright, happy birthday kulo. George Hokuk, happy birthday kulo lokwe. Para si Maggie Camacho, happy birthday. Bing Indelatio, si Lutaganogi Islan Guaham John Agon, dyan si Iasaguan Lieutenant Governor si Wela Alosius, happy birthday. Dahil sign na lokin fan ni Nay mas maulit na hinimlo para muna. Ini programan Marianas Agupa, special kulo para tulodo Samsung. Mala, natapan sige mo na binisa, sige mo na i-asunto importante na para lang no siya ihap man masusesili pinini na wala data lang no sa hunggan esta sige muna humujong kung asunto presyon gasolina nina pan kalinture manaw tawta sa guppiha kumahulo esta matucinya bueno cinya gi ti apasiguadzo esta no gidiutsogo esta luta ng tinian haupo sa minimum wage esta no inigi na problema ha palolo puit ud ato siya na asunto man masusesi digitano za may utsagya di explica hafa sa gula man auto ti magit comprende na siga kaulo man ma-blem siya gas station lo kana tawza lukoy luspoy mo siya matsuwi sa presyo dinidikta ginin sanghizong siya za gwazo na palabra niya supply and demand sige muna kahuhulo presyo antes diugwas niya pandemic no barato gasolina tilatio 3 kana $4 3 some no lo anay gumaha probleman pandemic chignot coronavirus bula siya na tawto man pisinya man hujong man matsutsu gi edo na lugar mabubomba mapatitinas ilanya sa ma-process para gasolina usbula lo siya ti man hujong nga man matsutsu sa mga no fantinan mi man saga ha gigima bidazo na mandate siya para man ma-recommend parewa gini ni WHO dan CDC na pasaga gigima anya tutungo coronavirus pues mansaga do siya na hunalero fumatitinas ilanya para gasolina mapaprocess pues humuzong na tibula supply tibula finatinas niya pues inigi siya no anito no mangito itauto gigima lo sa man timausa karitan niya pues less na demand no gi midtown sanhizong po gasolina na no inigi na tumaygwena weno lo anay hatutunwi hatutunwi tati bumira itawtong siya tati gitsetsu niya no dinidingo adyo siya ng los proimos ifumatiti na si gasolina no faster than supply ma-demand paro mamahan gasolina no sadig niya ki iti maproduce sa pawa habibira siya tati gitsetsu os pinalopo na probleman gera winigiza winagi halatsa sige na spike uzo hulo talo presyo kasi ni geno gi kadada na eksplikasyon na tumaygweno nagsiga kumahulo no mahutsun ibomban tangkin lonya giza Russia natural gas siya dan tafko siya man mahutsun sige pa si President Biden na parobaba tangkin lonya siya da po maproduce Zangin maproduce huzong bulan na lonya na sinya bulan mapatinas na gasolina siyempre bumula supply. Naging bula supply tumunog pa presyo. Kasi ni geno gi kadada tutugo ko dan sino ma-explica niya ki hila na nota lo inigi kumikilig niya kumahulo presyo. Dahil siya manggay gini no lokwi maatan mafafahan siya gasolina ginin niya supplier za dumididi supply gumakuan presyo kasi niya Canada na eksplikasyon na tumaygwin esta saipan esta maski $6 esta galon di bomba za luta ng tinian mas man mamadidisi manaw tawta pud siya na no tsetsu no virus and pagwin nuevo na guano problema giza Ukraine sa inigi siya bula siya man masusisi digitano na fan maninintihit na talili siya gi television man mabubumba man mababakudang siya gi matawtaw civilian siya dan gwa siya man mamatay pa maguon sa no inigi na disetso za na panhahasuzo na no gesti siya na karera muna no mampus i tano no komplikao muna za maulik na gwahan no sumustet tinihit i manggaygihit gumaha relasyon ta dan i federal i Amerikano na siya putehit ng gingwa lokoi gwini laydut gwini yung banda giuriza katungwa na gwana be si Kim Jong-un na no manyota gwaha bakudang niya na siya matugi islang Guam dan pangpang Guam tanto hita lokoi usaw na belang no sa study didi uno gwini na informasyon na siya na humuzong gwini i militar gwaha lokoi matan na put paraw manapan safe siya manggaygi gwini sa Pacific siya na humuzong esti gwini nigata na hani Ukraine invasion. Pentagon official says Russia's attack shows need anisita na para maprotelo ko esti Pasifiko. Sine manggayihit. So sa kita tungo gwa siya palabra masasangan binigi Riza na sinya para umahan milo ko Taiwan ginin ibisino niya China pero halong gilindero daw suleiguan siya na kusas niya. Kasi nige na problema mag fumafanahit ini siya muna problema islata gwini parewa suntun gasolina ning kanu zan istisiya linya food security do gefaday idididi na gwinaha sa inigi pa ko na sige talili siya muna ibisinuta gwini siya gi bisino gi North Korea za importante na para ta protehi lokoi gwini. Jadi man masusesidi sa proteksyon imanaw tawta tana za hululo kana tawta siya tasangan pud asuntun hafa siya pata mao mas importante kaw idota health public health is polisiya para idota security sa tawta balinya para umaulik di ekonomiya ta zangin man babakudang imanaw tawta sini na importante testi idota security binigi Islas Marianas. Alright, po sinigi daw na may patsay no po si otro bini gwal wini lokwi humuzong na esta gwaha si Senator Santos da bunzawas din na para ta-explica di muna po diha nagwaha no pre-file estin na bill legislative initiative para tulay ka di ipalabra yung constitutional amendment estik artikulo 2 seksyon 8 bidesti iparaw mana klaro zanging gwaha sa Estata Lilia nagwa siya no umaatupi siya no asunto binigi asuntun impeachment na atsibaw gobernota si Governor Torres na sampapa na guma zane matransferya dokumento tumaza no liblo no i-process ko haji para pre-decide este ko para idota Supreme Court Justice o sino haji madesigna para este kustumay ko no zani no kakadnenya artikulo 2 section 8 gwini mapupupuni ginin as Senator Santos po mana klaro no zangin gumawa na constitutional amendment no importante na umaatan no za managwaha fetsa nga iyan disdi anay ma-transferya sa ngingway no talo na disetsu gway no talo na no gwaha giman mamamayla na tempo mana atsibaw sa tatungo esta na dosa no mana atsibaw binigi istoryata kumo man gobernador lo Amerikano loki pati relasyon tan dota Commonwealth i gobernamento Amerikano na manhita mo na gwini sa ta-adapta siya line Sanhizong line Amerikano za ginini istoryata dosa si Governor Fitio na mana atsibaw loki zan esti pago presente pago na gobernota na mana atsibaw ginin sampapa na guma pues este na legislative initiative mapupupuni paro klaro no parangayan disdi anay ma-file halong gini ni sampapa na guma zaging guha talo no no disgrasyaw, no siya tasangan kita bueno sa lingwahe disgrasyaw na gobyerno giman mamamayla na tempo gumawa process naging na klaro eno gi constitution i parangayan na para matutuhon kasi para upinisay todos eno siya umaatan sa na klaro po sinigi mamamayla zangin humananaw este no i legislative initiative na propone si Senator Teresita Santos. Zan loke mga man malefa na esta aga sa taupos esta kada 10 años de demondio waha este constitutional amendment. So klaro, so waha eleksyon para este so maatan hafasya na provision gi constitution na necessaryo agunatan mao bisya necessaryo fan matulay ka na fan gainifin zangin ainifin esta. Kasi nigi importante no na umaatan lokwe no. Esta talilia siya istorya ata muna na nigi siya man masusiside. I-otro ini no zona belang no sistemuzong ginin i-opisina no is delegate Kilili na kumukumi zan si delegate San Nicolas da esta ma-introduce si House of Representatives 6941 with this the territorial representation in the Senate. No Wiza still ang posible este gumawasan pi delegado ginin Marianas ang ginin Guam dan ginin ato siya pumalo siya na US territory para ugay representante gi sanghilo na guma Estados Unidos. Pues este tiniton niya na siya guma mas boss gi sanghilo na guma gi Senate sa gwa delegate lokwe. Pues ini ginaw na asunto sige mo na makantea no para maunod siya no tiutungo ko para hananaw no law simiza na matatanong esta muna importante no na para maatan dangin siya managwaha lokwe delegate para i-Senate no siyempre gumawa talo no representanteta isang hilo na guma Estados Unidos. Kasi nigi mamamayla zangin humananaw este guahan no pudi mga pintusi por este asunton no gobernamento no humudzong lokwe winigi halatsa no informasyon gininizota delegate Kilili na guaha loke gratis o sino hats patiki no dididi salapi talo para i-estilig niya no community projects na dito esta gisampata na guma tanananggan ang mapasag isang hilo na guma naging mapasag isang hilo na guma no za mafirma yes President Biden gumaha 4.5 milyon pesos para community projects. Importante si community projects agwa informasyon humalong gini nabula siya no izota building siya man pupudo nga esta simento no ejemplo roundhouse titungo gini sa ipan o sinutinian logwa information humalong na statisi niya mausa roundhouse di islan lutas esta sige man pulong papa semento isang hilo o siya man napansin siya na sa lapi no o sinuha siya na asistimento managwa no slaughterhouse ng impalsa no binigid sa ipan esta tatungo lo watinian dan tawza luta lo siya no siya man napansin kasi nigi na sa lapi zangin dito no manano mafitma o siya nigi na salapi umananaw lo importante na o atut sisti na zangin gumawa halo ko izota representation isang hilo na guma siya mas sadik malofan para todo dusid binigi Islas Marianas. Alright, usa ala zata fancy mo na gwini okay, gwa gwini information loke para talang nus gini ni Islang Tinian pag na dia Pika Festival za mala za tana huzong este sa Sabado pa ako esta matututun mo na este no ininigat okay ininigat pag na dia volleyball tournament para matutun 50K bike race gigan este na matutun esta siya para munada na esta i-bike race winners pero maanunsya gi alas 4:30 pawitaluani. Walukwi pero fan dandan gi papa no soloist si Latricia Palacios, Jules Little Angel Dancers wasya aktibidad gi papa gi tatinian. Kusangin guagwaha no tempo mo sinya ha umano papa. Lamu na hot pepper eating contest para famalawan. Okay? 5:30 lamu na este. Tinatizen na kuradang dancers pero wasya mambayla siya pamagun dan pamalawan. Di alas 6 pago hot pepper eating contest lokwe. Okay? Alas 6 tau taga cultural dancers. Okay? Pero kanta si Joe Sablan, si Luta Joe. Alright? Pero gayuin na papatinian dan guad. Pero fan baila siya lokwe. No gini fit beat dancers Sugar King Band po from Dandan no James Sipileo Raybon Ray Peters and Company ni siya po from Agupa championship round beach volleyball para walo kwi no kompetensyan mamatinas estofao. Okay, pues Agupa enaw gi Domingo gi alas 4:30. Para walo kwi no ferian umang para lalay dan famalawan. Para walo kwi no tug of war Agupa no pamatutun di alas 4:30. Domingo gi alas 5 para ugwatalu dandan dan baila po fan masusede gi papa. No cha-cha dancers po fanggaygi. Po fanganta talo Sugar King Band. Okay, talo si Joe Sablana Agupa. Dan ito siya na maniluta iman sauna wena. So sige Agupa no pumasusede dan pago si sinya gwa tempo ni sinya man hawnam sa papa tinian. Pan ali dan at kadeta wena si honorable Edwin O'Don dan igrupo ng gayi wena papa siya. No public notice waha local community based testing the 18th annual Tinian Hot Pepper Festival. Okay? Matutunin na gini ni Huwebis. No pago na hani Sabado, gini ni oran alas 8 hasta oran alas 2. Drive-thru este. Agupa pero waha loki gi festa grounds. Okay? Pues para ato siya manggayuin ang papa. Nanging siya dinadamo no ti umapataw haw sino was identity mo na siya kalintuturaw siya na matesaw ganang papa tinian gi durante este Itika Festival. So sige, apanelos para pago na Sabado mala tatagi panno muna ki halom si Peter o sino Senator Singh tali ko man radius na siya maniluta manozan tatagi loki si team gwana papa luta o siya loki humalong ginigi programata mala tatapan sige muna sempe umalom si Chiluta si Sidoro Cabrera gi oran alas 10 pa Stadium do Talowi 100.3 FM si Zeus Masi talo po todos tempo nidzo bini do dangingwa tempo gi antisa di panholo mesti siya sinya tagon play to siya istoryata gi alatsa. Okay, busa Stadium do Talowi ni gi programan Marianas Agupa 100.3 FM.
Baila sa pagumati, baila sa magagigit pagyanto, baila sa tula para makina, pag-gusta na pagkakilata, sa pagupera na papatong, mag-isiyan na klasipoka, na mag-isiyan ng pamilya.
Buenas, vengas a esta Chiluta si Peter Santos, bueno, gigat go na isla Guam. Buenas, half a day, Peter.
Buenas, senyor. Dyan para todo itaw to siya ni Mani
Saludo ki para hogos and welcome back talo gi programata utungwa na guasya gwenono man masusisidig winigi islata.
Ungan lamig guys no kumikki may pitalo sa tempon eleksyon na
Unggan mo kahit no nagasagwahan no dididi no utaytay pud edzi no citizens complain no siya nag-speak up pud edzi para ito ta delegate sa Nicolas guano no okay go ahead.
Edzi ma-autorisa na mandelegado siya o ma-gasta sa lapi official funds na para public service announcement. Lo dos problemane tu zonya advertisements si Sir Nicholas nos conta siya na advertisement kung todo Glenn gi Super Bowl. Mega advertisement gi Super Bowl. Sa quanto sa na sa lapi agasta lo dos problemane tu uno taza public service announcement o kuka no manai si jus maasi para fundun federal sa lapi federal ni matu magi ginin guam sa tagi bidane nai no hanasan hasui tau apopolo gi hinason tau na kumuguiza mismo no tumuli magi zina salapi lo anuka gi requesto na fakta na di participau gi house anay matutog ito din siya na 8 package na umbis malalapi si Miguel no gini ni house leadership after na todo tempo fakta an matututu delegado siya pues cuando confirm na di sa Washington DC na unggan malalandi si Miguel pues atalaikan na afa bidadanya na sa pago na kaigi na sumasaw na decision na meeting lo ginin lo matusinya si na malalandi sa timatungo afa bidadanya.
Okay. Pusa
pues sige na problema ni ito na advertisement hafa kita no sumuli dun na sa lapi lo kuha ebidensya dan anong na tigita lo tipo enaw na rason na ma-autorisa zin na po magasta dun na sa lapi at na Glenn zin na sa lapi agasta lo taza bidadanya para itaw-taw gweta tia jutsuda itaw-taw gweta tagi otusha na jurisdiction manaali delegado ni otusha na jurisdictions and todo stakeholders lo kita titatumo na gaigi gini magi kanang gay na esta mapus na isyente na staba
okay.
Pues dafa bidadanya you know go like you know English is he just gallivanting around taza no to
za apa guahasian no isukuna guaplan nunya po falogo para governor loke taza tuliano
pero anuncia mama ala na Martis
okay
guahano you know it's again after South hagasa manispiagbi running mate lo you know meganya no tima hodzi or tima accepta pero falago dan kita lo sige na lo kui no hiningoko na po atsi kuno ki hagas general officer gini magi senior si Roderick Leon Guerrero o si Benny Polino
okay.
Lo tungo na hafa na atutugwe now dos na rason uno sa otusha siya nagaso man malago. Di man malago madalag ko. Right? Pues otro na rason sa hatungwa esta last season Baba Bidanya kontra veterano ginimagi. Hatiset sa todo veterano sa mandagi man promesa lo taza resulto.
Alright.
Pues desde que na tumo na esta kimasone tu na telay pues as pipia y general officer para giza y patko pero ma break na y telay ni esta kimason comprende apelele ko yeah we burn the bridge no as pipia patko na pero ano tati pa dyan na grupo ibitiriano siya.
Alright, pues okay. Otro siya na posisyon no tunga na si Governor De Leon Guerrero loke fanan seeking re-election, no?
Ungan. Then si esta man anuncia si Felix Camacho sa Pofalago dan si Ada. Yeah, Camacho Ada. Fanan ginin gua Camacho Ada or ginin gua Ada Camacho. Quite low. Ada Blas. Itu anay malago sa manggana si Governor Ada. Si Blas do Frank Blas do running mate na Lieutenant Governor.
Okay. By faisa no nato gini kung comprende Attorney General na has manfayo lawsuit para ikumpanya TikTok. Sino nag-speak no dito kung comprende? Apa zona asunto?
Yeah, social media na. Di TikTok no lamigay or todo pumalo in social media na. Masusoda na kalan guahan Daniel pada nuda na kontra Famagun.
Okay.
Di maulik in effecta inefektan baba na. Pues angin pamafatina si kausan niya na. Nisita fanui I koti pa di jury na matumuha nagwahan no like English negative effects na. Lo achuka matumu po rin now matsobya. Kasi maasmo na matsobya sa matuma na siyempre no bulag kumaita siyempre man mamasalapi.
Pues ini asunto no bula fa magun man inefekta po ino man assisted bizo na application.
Yeah sa no masasaga na baba para famagun ito niya mental health ito niya no apa tu maagang no self-esteem dan itu siya dan guaha bullying dan cyberbullying dan lokwi guaha no an mali apa guaha poma ada ja mansinudan tagi si guaha ulo ipa kung tungu podesti si anay machotsogwi si kalan pan balansya naiki masya often na klasin factus o sino rementa o panui tau-tau na man kalamza man pues bula aksidente gini na.
Okay. Low isti na kausa it's a nationwide isti no na sumasono. Okay.
Alright. Lo Paraguay na yang ginon faisino opinion no presti. Paraguay manay na BBDO fan reply famagun niya daw mafanagin maulik angin manayaw si sa un sasakaw pues isaw mo no angin ti mafanagyaw tay manu para mausahan niya ito tay manu masugwet niya angin manayaw ni Sesi konsui i-manufacture ni Sesi
siyempre hiridaw zangin ti mafanagyaw zangin ti tungo magaingan din siya no. Alright.
Pues ilalagay ko gini i-responsibilidad i-obligasyon Podong gi kada tahu-tahu dan gi menyai na ni famaguun. So, like we know English, we mampus, we're coddling everybody.
Okay.
Ezi como guano no damo hazi pon sogni Ukraine, but Russia, but China, hafa hagu nai hazi tumagu pon sogni. Sige nai sogni talu sogni.
Okay. All right, Peter. Welcome back, Talu. Si Zeus Mossy, natin po mo paguno again.
Okay, Glenn. Like we know English, it's good to be home. Masya bonito lugar no ni upaseyo sa bisita lo taza umiki esti tanota ita tomorrow.
Si dinansione no. Si Zeus Mossy, Talu Peter.
Okay, Glenn.
Apa zo malak katapan sige mo na panielos binigi programan Marianas Agupa. Gan magay no nigi siya man masuses sini mana bene mafatwa mau gi siya i asunto no gini otro tono siya panay no i masuses sini po din TikTok, okay? Pusa la data na open na sunido da dispuesta fansi mo na gini sumukan i programan Marianas Agupa. Alright, tanaw lumit sinduta Senator Singh. Bueno, Papa Tinian. Buenas, Senator.
Buenas, Glenn. Buenas para todos.
Viva Festan Pika Festival dan para todos in Maniluta. Manong tong tawin ng Papa.
Alright, di país ini kami estaban ocupados. So, kasi man mabibigas siya menggagal ini bukan lebih komono ang kulisinan selebrasyon ni Pika Festa ini kita pilihan mau bikin gunungnya stilo ini nanti kupau ang hawak siya ng kusiling tagayan niya
Alright.
Then kami taw niya siya. Wag siya pa ng mo po kimakilig ini tanay man maapekindi siya.
Okay. Ay, so lilia ginigi announcement net ku anunsya pa og gigan ne. No magay taza gini no nenay amod no bula feria bueno was ya cooking contest ya.
At least activity siya the hopefully na mamela na tekpo still well planned it's gonna be like a week na festivities na kaya okay umaplanean kung tekpo yan apa pwede coconut tree no
unggan fanan buahan tutungo ko makontinue no coconut festival unggan fanan kada sakan lokizo loti pareo tane no Pika festival nigi no donkule ne Pika festival no
Jago tano continua ni coconut no festival do inspire manubenta ni papa sa isa fanan no kumitema kuna itu ipapa din itu kagawga i-rhinos. Yung episode ita counter sa nasua so kira kita piti siya itu bahal din no siya sinita siya para din no papa uban no kinipendi sa uban no sila organization. Kasi nga tarukoy na yun siya i-highway. daw manamang mo papadapin matamo mo. Wagi mo nito ko. Wagi mo yung pananan ni Kukito. Yung plan ng tempo, wawa dan ni Kukito Jolan, kaya ni Jolan. Gaya nito ngiti.
Apa na nidyo gano talo?
Yung Kukito.
Atungo si Sidoro na klase nizok?
Ay, ito na yung plan, wawa din manaan. Ito na yung Egypt. Pues ito abatun mo, istigay na yung nabata si Kristo akikililiyaron mo ni para si Pakman. Ito ko ang sistema nuksak.
Oh, okay.
Ito, ito ko ang kumunatan ito senti parewa ni reklat na
Nanizok siya, no? Okay.
manuksak. Pues isinsen niya na anong kano nito lo mamamis na klase.
Oh,
Pero
okay.
bago nito kanuon, nito kagada. Niya, lakay ko ni panitum siya na mamamis. Waha, nito kuno, nito keso omis, niti dos klase, di orange na niti. Law mau nito kisti tayo kung nagamat lang. Apo kang tiga. Manok ko ka na 5 klase na Carabao. Law, kaya 3 sa block. Todo man isip ako na kung plantado siya. Pagdating dati mo, Ken, di ba like pika festa no para imangay-imang siya.
Ulay dyan in...
Hindi siya like no, lapit di pa ni Mas pika kinimapot na tokan na klase ni Dempo.
Ulay no, itzi Carolina, itzi ifranil iya mas pika ka na doni. Tungo ko midgod nezo ki doni solid eh. Lo. Nagazas malun si Sidoro polo do explica no i Carolina cuánto no midgod niya ko pikan pika pat pikan papago sa dosis tin no seneta. Gonna ben ay inasuta na pika lo apinago. Pues at itatungo no nga sa iaturidad no explica na.
Depending on plan how sumasaki na ito sa bagian ang sikunaw si Doro na tumites kulang sa unta na itika disyang
Oh, pues ese dia do estado midugod na. Okay. Alright, pues nagasa autoridad no explique no sa no modo. No, titatugo ko pinago na si nalinga pika na. Okay. Alright, Senator, dan para todos sabsugueno happy festa para Imea, para Lokwi. Mukhang malefan na si Brennan, YouTuber sa Pinagangaw, ha?
Okay.
Esta, alright. No, gua bisita YouTuber. Pero gagi ko ng papatinian desta ma-interview siluta si Joe Kiosi. Kasi ma-contact si Senator Singh Lokwi sa pega gi documentary film. Ganong papatinian lo Zeus Mose para todos. Wala natapan sige mo nagbini. Tanaw pa nesti Tanoy saludos si James Bodik de Leon Guerrero. Buenas brother. Buenas Lokwi za linya gwinin na para takulo si Mea Inus. Alright, naging umeko kay si Luta giz Amerika. Hagasat kandi gwino papa Luta gagi Oregon. No latsadik mogi linya si Jembo sa Sinya lokwi humalum hila at samuro. Alright. News masi jembo ni non na panasit ako lokwi Eugene Tenorio Buenas Marianas, okay? Sinya ha pagun no humahalum the middle life benaliam jo temano este benalun si jembo, okay? By show esta ka sige si jembo. Bodik de Leon Guerrero, sige zona comment. Sinya sta by bring into the video na humuhujong hujong gi tararanas inadingan pinut samuro di YouTube live este stiga tiluta si Eugene Loque Tenorio Buenason tiga laita si Ping. All right, no Zeus Mosin no wala zata sige mo nagbini okay, pues thank you neno Ping na manggagi po sinya man holo mamzugi live chat para guaha kulo o sino guaha asunto sa tapago bay aatan nino siya na batunis dihalat sa kaigya lo siga muna i-learning curve gini no kalang tinataka tempo pa bay kumprendes siya nuibo siya gini na batunis si manggaygi gini gi makina lo sinin badgo siya talang no seste usan tisa di bay sagi si Guelo Tim wala sa belang sa Stephen Northern Rotua weather report talo ginin maputumo gino ginin as Joten markets and department store shop local shop Joten wala sa talang no sa por favor Rotua. Today's weather is brought to you by Joten markets and department store shop local shop Joten. Iklema pago na hani nina patutuzi hamzu ginin Metcalf Joten zan departamentun tendasiha shop local shop Joten. Alright, po sinigit mga weather esta tasangana na 84 para minay 10 degrees temperature gitaluani esta sige muna baba matonya 50% para utsan pago humidity at 80% wind coming from northeast at 21 miles per hour pago na Sabalo unito na hani sempre ogwan be sempre na matta itsan za tantanwit scattered showers okay pago na Sabalo sinimbat go digi asunto lokwi malada talang no sa stium be talo Bravo Farmers and Wellness Center parang sugya mo garapan kan man za Nuevo na ramas gidza danda okay ikumit siyantin amot zan hinemlo. I-Bravo Pharmacy zan Central Maulik na hinemlo. Pronto zan listo na servisyon amot para hinemlo. Agang watugi 233 amot 233-2668. Email isomo prescription di bravomeds@gmail.com. Mabababa ginin lunes esta viernes. Ginin ioran alas 9 giga, esta oran alas 6 ipupoy. Sabalo, ginin ioran alas 9 giga, esta oran alauna gitaluan talo. Agang watu 233 amo 233-2668. Alright, Zeus Mosi na now, mga mablefa talo, Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Time check at 9:51. Pagunawagan Sabalo. Wala tatagi apan talo si Guelo Tim Mumbiay at isa dita na holom si Sidoro. Dali ko ready sti Pairi. Aturidad Amut. Okay, nga tatagi pwede ang holom. Okay. Alright. Pwede siguro ba tinanay niya mala data pansiga muna sa tanakihalom si Sidoro. Alright, panalo mi si Lutay Aturidad, si Sidoro Cabrera, Buenas Set, para hogo dan para tulo sa pamilya.
Buenas no Glenn no. Wala no. Bonito na ni pa ko no. So, istinigat ko lang sa tan.
Gan.
Kaya walang ko na kaya na templo klima. Kaya magasta no March na no manggay kapasonap English dry season no.
Istige kay magwedesta na para drya pamuna no lo. Sige, itsan mo kay.
No, stay March, April. Mana no stay May, March no. Ang lu sempitano.
Okay.
So, mana tayo ni matas di around every 10-15 years na. Yung nga templo i klima. Masasasada no sa galaksa. Di lugat yung wano te konsonan na. Tumawa sa utsana kapatagi kada simona no usan di ito na wani tawta no taliki mason gi inaladera sa ufot kun na tano no te pareo na ni di magay no just Febrero para muna sa no dry season ni lo padisti klima na ni matalan na kay di wani no di La Niña dan El Niño no.
Oh, hunggan.
Hindi na yung pwede na yung nasay ko. La Niña dan El Niño. Masasasada ito every 10 or 15 years. Lo bonito, lo bonito para itenano mo sa tanah duro yung maunggada ni Lagyata ka ng flores na.
Afay lemon na sa paugozi lemon no ti man flores. Afay rason ulit ti dry.
Simona lo lagi pofot ko ni tano no bakod ng flores. Video ang ulo sa wana lugar di sa manonglo na yung masal mo uli ng mga flores ki angin no kanina senat ang ulo tano no. So, siyempre, manuksa lang yun sa tuwa nila, bibili manuksa.
Okay, alright.
Tapos, no, pwede, magikintusin, pwede klima na apapagod ya dosi, no? Matsu.
Hanggan.
Okay. Igo, nolum na siya, Glenn, March, hospital si Mona, no? March 20. No? Ya 20. Hindi niyo malum sa pwede makaranang yung English spring, the summer. Kapag ko naman ngayon ay winter. Ito na kala-fresh ko ginigilak sa siya. No, maningning, no? No, pato siya mga nasang katuto ni Maiti. Sa isiyat daw na amumuhilo sa about the equator. No, ano, para katuto ni Kapun Maiti ang malum di March 20. Yun na spring. Huwag na stay in June 20 ni mo tali summer ni. Huwag na sa kan. May pisip para muna. I-klima. Tapos no iminados no lami. Hanggang no to dita sa may sentip ko di gasolina na ni kauling persona.
Hanggan.
Fenomen apa patasogi ita kontraktoi preso no pues kita acepta sa sinunolog na sinaw mo no sa para conserve gasolina no ang ginobligone na panono no sa tapo no para paggawa ni gasolina sa no mo kumarela para itendatan mo sa tapo. So, sinanay tamine mas ito siya nangin dos bay mahono idea na para ano ne ina un lockdown na jang biaya to di jamu trip makan safe ne sa ito tabi job si mana sa tiko maulo tabi preso de optimas di 30 cents na hay bahat wagkat ano mamamala no para masasabi person gas na yung alam na dos stress mo na sa Talino Uwasan na no, Glenn, i-tapti 1971. Ano 32 cents ay galon ni galon gas. Yan ang nasakkan na 70, 71, 72. 32 cents ay galon. At ano na diferensya ni yan na 1972 tapos 2022 mampus no tungkol na diferensya si gasolina. No, data na ilang mo no luta ng finance estamos naulugi mas ki 70. $10 sa galon, no? Over, no?
Sta upo si Raza, gano?
Wala na, kanano sa pinunta na iswento na tumilong, no? No? Ene, lemon na, minimum west stay, ni po si minimum west na. Wala mo na tauta naman gahingan na eskalera na minimum wage, no? Arabia. So, ito naman yung apat, no? Apa sinatasugi ka na tao sa sukat na tananggay o ano mamamalas kita ko matlutoy batch no?
Timan sasonoy giman man produce no lanya na para mapatina si gasolina na
yeah
low
okay namago pa uno ni panay tototinyan sa wadong tulo na celebration na celebra no hindi lanyang tika festival.
Yan, hindi na yun pa festival okay.
No, munito no, tula ka naman na tauta manggayos na nung tinyan ko. Pabalik na, pabalik festando ni solid, imuhan mo. Ito to me, tika festival no. Maksudnya na pinyan ni gayi ito ni Sali na nasa popular na mas speaker kinadoni gini Marianas no ani mo yung report na niya ba mas no mas speaker mo na doni kini dere ni Sali kunami pagdating sa no sa no so kana doni Sali no mas no ikagilo tano no ba no otro ni apanan na
Carolina ha. Scobio, izonya rating estina fanan 2 million no izonya ipinikanya 2 million Scobio rate ipinikanya na pus
Scobio na kinanya ni makita si mas pika no natomne ne no ito na yung
Hindi ba nagwano gimunicipal za ay question na pabefection ko apa no apa sti guahang meron na sinisa gini is Carolina wagay sinisa ne no patotsa
kita ni ona lo sinema udah Maksudnya mau udah ke mau itu na kumpanya ko Amazon tatapon lo ya sina mau udah
no basta tapan saga gidoni soli no sa hindi esta matutune no tudo sa hindi matungo niya pamutin yan ne
doni soli na kanyaga yung natural na sa doni soli natural na na doni gini dropping ni tanuta ni tanu maiti so lain patatalo mo tuto sin doni ni sinati di pamareo no inalam kanya ni sa dito ko sa maiti pati na maiti lo Doni soli no podcast na pinika yung mga para ito na yung totoo kung yung pinika yan
listen alright
nilaglag no spensa ya la sa kulan ano de dia tokilo sa pag yung kulan mo para muna no debe fantastic no para totoo kinyan no viva totoo kinyan ni ka festival
alright yun na sumo no papa pag na weekend ay Okay.
Pero ini talon ini pas lu berarti kalau saya teruskan seperti itu anggap no tempo na dia no.
Está. Pues esta set si Zeus Monse Loque. Jawa na tanay kulu Loque i Department of Agriculture. No sa ginigam na hani matutunes ta i para ufan no lottery siya i plot na. Esta munasan todo man langnus panan katutsi na lot available si Director Gomoro esta munasan todo i lottery man manai tauto na siya na tauto man aplika maski 3 anyos malufan sa pago matsutsu pago munanan i regulation sa pago ni man ginigam na hani ni man lottery na. Pues congratulations para todo siya manai no niya agricultural lot sa panani expectation biniloki para tatutuhon no manonom para izota no para ning kanu itano na pati na production siya no basta service no set untunga po din si mulching or ako chipper na makina is tagagigi pa kagman
untunga na ako faktulo tutong ko tusta
ingan ista dia ginigat Pues wood chippers siya na po majuday lansero sa simple man manananom sa mas bula simple gi farmers market. No, sa kanu no
para tabindi bitcoin talo local farmers market ng manusia na lugar.
Ay sa nigi waktu na pago man gigi man prosesit sa. Yeah. Tananay dong kulo na saludo i Department of Agriculture. Department Zoo division no.
Agriculture under Department of Lands and Natural
Resources. Pues sige do. Okay. Pues para tulos siya manggayigulo na manekong no igumihiluluy si Jack Gomoro dan wasya bisya tunga siya manggayigulo.
Ay tapos siya man tunga siya na voice siya.
All right. Pues
balito sa nigino aga sa tananggan ay no na nigino gumano na niyo sa ay paulo na bonito sa plano pagtistig plan yung tano economy. Agriculture economy ne. Masya tinungkulo no ang contribute no lung
nigi
gubernno ne tax na to.
All right. Si Zeus Mosin no.
Ya da bonito sa debita siga kumusus ni na mas no adelantado na sa controls ni man wala mahobag na sa pati other regulation no. Hindi na mo
ano na lista
wala tapansin mo na kasi man ang produce sa wala ganun no sinan mo para tadelong tayo talo ano tayo masyado
okay
wala no manera pero di tabang produce siya manufacture na yung product yung byproduct siya produkto ni.
Okay.
Por ejemplo, at nanay ni Zoom, no? Siya, gulat sila sa so ni Zoom. No? Istiyan ni Mamnas na pero ni Zoom. No? At anak, pagulay na fast na pagulay lang ni Zoom. Ni no dentro kinikata. Katan ng produce sa bulan ni Zoom man lalamas ay papatrong ko.
Ingat.
Siya man ang beneficiary na.
Ingat.
Di na process na masalah tinggi truly lanan niso coconut oil was bowling no price ya pau it's a big demand no pau ni pagana no nisa debiti tatan ni no vel
ganlay
ano ni tata adalang testimondan agricultura no sa gula manera sinata na guan para ta diloctamos si tanota.
Está, si Zeus Monsi set na no, de tipo do Paulo. Okay, kalau si Loro Cabrera si Zeus Monsi. Tutulo ko i-tempo mo pa na Sabado, mala natafan sige mo na gini. Alright, pus mala natafan sige mo na no gini managang halom taging wag no questions niya tafan kababay telefon pa mo mala natasulis ni landline. Buenas. Okay, landline. Okay, tayong video 234-5929. Daging buwag winino, okay, no, malada talang no sa panzi, manmanggana ginigila. Mapos no, mapos na Sabado. Winners, okay, nga talang no sa Stigi Cultural Show. Anay gumaygi gwini si, this is 4 Saturdays ago, gawin man manggana gini cultural shows and a topic of that discussion was karitangwaka. Pudi tanang halum si Eusebio Borja, pudi isa text pipikta na para u kahuli gasolina, sige siya na diniskuti ikaw para tanagwa karitangwaka. Okay, guaman manhalong siya man sa unog survey. Ang guas di cultural show gumagawa survey. The survey no apa dun no guaman manggana gini, iban manggana gito na program gi February 19 si Money. No taza no last name and taza telephone number. I-otro ni manggana Ed Sablan, Chris Ogo, dyan si Nayafan Buikis, okay? Kus gagi zun medyo no price gi mango office, fiyon walu rai fiyon Bank of Hawaii. Kus mga man malifan no, okay? Gi mamamayla na Sabado no or sino inggan gi mamamayla na Sabado sa pigwadyotan no cultural show is that we're working on an arrangement. Siya gumawa si Malaya Ramirez ginin Guam para bisitata. Jangin tumalum no bay tagi mo na kialum si Peter Santos bay si apa no wa asunto pa bay tagi mo na kialum si Peter para cultural show no pwede na si Ramirez kumutyo malum position na si Peter. Lo ilagi gi mamamayla gi ora na alas 10 cultural show Marianas Agupa. Kasi nagyan pa niya bala lao luma panistim roto at isa rita pa sige muna inon mo por favor data pan sige muna sa stay kiutsago mo umalo mo na report. Okay, buenas.
Okay, good morning, Uncle Glenn.
Buenas, good morning. Okay. Ting, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Está, all right. Kung sige muna.
Uncle Glenn, lumagyan lagi artikelo listi po din retiree bonus ani maneno ni sundita senador na diskunti po rin no lagi flat tigiyan po di retiree bonus no sa why di no gaizo no natauto ni atulod no labios niya perfectus na gaizo tada toleranz niya perfectus. So, nisita no kailan ang gaya sila natin ng sagitus sa di mamin sosyal okay apa din na problema isa lang ibang na ni retirees na dito doon ka po pagmanay bonus sa di mamin sosyal malang mo isa lang tigil ni sa ni manolum ni casino ni manolum ki sina bayad Krementi balde ene tanunita sila man manaba casino sa Potipuro Kaba di retirement. So apa natin mabin sosyonale no malamano na sa lapenya ni casino na sa di pa kumalo ni ati tungge no sa ni timapeke sa di building ni IPI. Tapos ni duty free. Dahil sa no gumagawa casino wa sa lapis pa maano mungkin sa lapig ni casino Tapi tumagisod ko tilo na di taga malabo kumentus ko rin no. Imanggay ato dito. Imanggay ato dito labis niya ni. Nakakat ko matinsyon na po rin eh. Ito ni malang mami sa lapis casino.
Dinansyon no
Hindi problema tapos no makikip secret din yung malang mami sa lapis niya. Yung casino. Ni Porty Mabay, manaba casino. Para sa maguda, imanditiryo. Hindi problema. Despago doon mag-ensalo ang mag-enun na politics. No? Politics. Apa na mungkin na yung salapi, hindi mabay para imanditiryo. Sa ating politics, ano?
Okay. Alright, thank you na. Esta, si Zeus Mose. Thank you na na direkti alum sa unggan. Litiraw magayat esta pago no man nananggaha. No di estina in ofrecimiento ginin in December para uwa Merry Christmas. Asway no. Para fan Merry Christmas yung retirees. Para uwa Merry Christmas para litiraw ginin December dia 15. Imapos ang sakan hasway na para uwa Merry Christmas lo tatsa. Sta pago. Pues guasti afanidos na palabra i dinagi. Zan guasti na palabra i finagaga. Pues ini na manggaygi pago literaw ko man madadagi pat man mafagaga. Haso no. Pues hamzo no parenditipina para mauno no tsinya. Sa sige muna kalan man volleyball i mo represent i 17 publiko. No este no ofrecimiento no sabía mata este. Pues ini nagwano gifilo sa muro na palabra para hamzo na pragmatika i lingwahin sa muro. Este na palabra i madagi, san este na palabra i mafagaga. Pues mono na manggaygi pago i representante ko dyan yung gobernamento i governor ko man madadagi ginin tutun pat man mafagaga ginin tutun. Pues ini si Zeus Masi no pudi oras ta sa benakialum okay na sadika inan mo por favor.
Glenn,
Phil, good morning.
Dinanchi di chilota shipping na. Ika dinanchi no taja Glenn ekunjo taja shinga manetlasti democrat Glenn. We have to pull lady back to work. Governor, Lieutenant Governor Glenn. Tamakos no Picadia. I believe they 100% worship the people to come home. Glenn, and then Marianas Agupa.
Está. Siguro si Zeus Masi. Alright. Si Zeus Masi na no. Tatsulis ti utibo gini po sa benalo mi the report. Buenas. Sadik por favor.
Glenn.
Inan mo ha.
Good morning, Louis.
Okay, Louis, go ahead.
Pwede bandan retirement na.
Okay.
Pasti na rason na styling na Senate. Dani governor stama said di loyal stifinya. Es di na dinanchena ma pagagontu ne. No, he retires. Manam si retires. Ane mana udu di CUC. Tada mang complain.
Okay.
Tada mang fighting mangis rappi. August retirement sige patsermizo mangis rappi. No, urwasti bandan politika. Mana da tano sab sa iun mana gohet jadi dia ma good papa politika.
All right, Louis. Thank you so much Nino.
Ma atindi toto man fitor ki.
Mono ko.
Di mangaya bio man manoy todo kontei chinu ta korean man manoy sa bayan ni.
Zeus Masi.
No, toita tota.
Una, ini ko mono nagaygi gweno ipalabra na ko man dadagi pat man mapagaga.
Giman maradagit ginadan say also dinadan say bidal also isena dinadan serop ki malagonya.
Si Zeus Masi.
No malagonya mangisrapi.
Okay.
No.
Da kasi ya mo na stino pwede man manoi ta. All right, malagata na halum English version gi Marianas Agupa. No dan si Ambrose no za speaker didi on the report wini Ambrose let me do a mic test on you.
All right, testing, can you hear me? Is that good?
Okay, that's good. Okay, go ahead, Ambrose. Let's start the segment of Panielos.
All right, buenas and good morning to everyone.
Naging question pa si Ambrose in English, por favor. So, comprende? Sa no estina seksyon na English version. Report siya si Ambrose. All right, Ambrose, go ahead.
All right, buenas, and thank you really for including the people that don't speak Chamorro. We have a whole population now, especially the young people who don't speak Chamorro, even though they should. But we should still try to accommodate everybody. And I appreciate the show for having an English version. And I hope that people will share that with other people who don't speak English so that the audience will get bigger. Today, the Pika Fest is going on Tinian, and I have written about how we should be working internally to boost our economy. And it made me think about how the economy of Tinian could have gotten a gigantic boost had the governor listened to my advice to issue the travel vouchers for locals to travel to the other islands. And that was especially for events like the Pika Fest. If the governor could pay airlines and give Korean tourists vouchers, then certainly he could have done it for the people in the CNMI. One of the big problems is this government has blackballed me. And by blackballing me, they really blackball the people. They don't want to listen to good ideas and advice. And it's truly sad. Things should stand on their merit. Don't try to kill the messenger. Listen to the message and let it stand on its merits. I can remember a lot of locals even felt slighted and complained about how the governor was giving Korean tourists money. But just imagine if the governor had used all those millions he spent on the South Korean bubble and used it to help locals who wanted to travel between the islands. The economies of Tinian and Luta would experience a significant boost, and it would have also contributed to an immense positive impact on the social fabric of the local people who would get to see family and friends that they probably thought they would never even see again because of the high price of cost of travel today. It was truly an opportunity lost. This economic opportunity that the governor just ignored, and clearly he could have implemented it to help Rhoda and Luther with their special events, because they are really having a hard time. If we think it's hard on Saipan, just try to triple that, and then you can maybe imagine how tough it is on Luther and Rhoda. That's why people are leaving those islands as fast as they can, especially the young people. We're really running our most valuable resources away, which is the human resources of our society. We are already faced with a battle with the transition of CWs, and we're actually shooting ourselves in the foot with that. So basically, I think the governor really needs to listen and focus on internal matters that can be addressed with some of those millions that he has. He found a way to create businesses to help his family. He could find a way to spend that money to make it more productive internally. That's a multiplier effect to spending will help a great deal. But we're not spending that money. The millions he gave the airlines, there's no multiplier effect to that. That money is gone. It wasn't spent internally. And that is one of the things we need to focus on when we're talking about our economy at this point in time. We can't depend on outsiders to drive our economy, but we can use those millions to push our economy.
Wait, so those tourists who comes here and avail to that $500 voucher, those are spent locally. So that that is spent here, and therefore it's circulated in the Commonwealth. What do you
For
say?
sure. No, for sure. What I'm saying is, if the tourists can spend $500 here, why can't locals spend $500 here?
Okay, all right. So and okay, got it.
That's what I'm saying, and
So
that is what was unfair. He didn't think about the people first.
So we could have availed to going to Tinian to the Pika Fest.
Right. People, yes, exactly. The Pika Fest would have been maybe 10 times what it is now. Maybe even may have needed to charter a jet just for that event to ferry people.
Okay.
Paying for airlines, if he could pay for airlines to bring people from Korea, he certainly could have chartered a jet for the Pico Fest to ferry people back and forth. We could have had thousands of people there instead of hundreds.
Are you hearing anything about gas voucher? I kind of read that in the paper about.
Okay, I'm going to address that issue when I talk about the government.
All right.
So if there are no callers or nobody's concerned about the economy, any questions, I will move on to the government segment.
Okay, go ahead.
I think a lot of people are still reeling from the Senate rules that even Khalili had to say something about. And Khalili really doesn't get involved in local politics because he has to work with everybody. But when Khalili says something, I think people should really, really listen to what he's saying. And those rules, I really can't understand why the Republicans in the Senate are putting their careers on the line for the governor. It seems that they either don't care what the people think, or they think the people are really gullible enough to believe what they are doing is really okay. And I'm sure most people can see that what they're doing is not right or just. In either case, they are not gaining votes and they are losing them. In fact, they're losing them fast. And from what I'm hearing over the coconut wire. As to that issue you were talking about, Senator Dilian Guerrero is very busy trying to help the people, but the Republicans are literally blocking her bill, which was to help the NMDs with some money. But she is also working with others on a resolution to get all taxpayers $500 to help us with our gas. The problem has with our movement is that when ideas like come from myself, come from the Democrats, they just blackball it. They don't want to do it because it gives credibility to others. And this is for 20 years or more. It has been, our government has all been about gaining a credibility for things, and really the only thing that has been changed is the roads.
Okay, before you get further into that, let's go back a little step back.
Okay.
Talk about the rules that the Senate adopted. Why do you think they adopt that, and why do they did what they did?
I think it's obvious why they did what they did. First of all, they're loyal to the governor, and it's honest. Well, his running mate is a senator. So, I mean, people with common sense can see what they're doing. I didn't think they would be so bold as to do it that way. They could still have been just. They could have been just and fair and right with the rules, and still acquitted him. But to do this is just. I don't understand what kind of political play they think they're going to pull, because they're not fooling anybody.
Okay, so but why did they're leaning towards that acquittal, and what is the reason behind it? Do you know?
The DPS commissioner told us a long time ago when they were putting people on furlough, when Tina Sablon had him on the witness stand, and it slipped. This is all about loyalty. This is about saving the king. If we understand the Republican, look what happened to the Republican Party in the U.S. They're still following Trump, even though he's been dethroned. So the same thing is happening here.
All right, stand by.
It's about one word: loyalty to the governor.
Okay, loyalty, and that's correct. You missed the report that I did last Saturday. Here's why the reason. This is why the CNMI Senate adopted the impeachment trial rules by a vote of 5-3, and most likely will acquit the already impeached governor. And the reason is, here's the real reason. You see that on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, to guarantee the governor's special retirement annuity for the rest of his life. Title 1, Division 8, Section 8357, special benefits for governor and lieutenant governor. Special retirement annuity under this section shall only be available to former governor and lieutenant governor of the CNMI who have served at least one full term and not being impeached or convicted. So that's what they're guaranteeing him.
That too, but also they're guaranteeing him to still be a political leader. It's beyond just that. He still will be a significant person in the political arena of the CNMI if he is not impeached. It is just that. I think what we need to understand, yes, though that is just one of the caveats that he's trying to preserve, but they're not doing that solely on that. This is about loyalty and the preservation of power.
This is the reason that is not being talked about.
Yes, that's one of the unknown things. You're right about that. For sure, people didn't know about that.
The real reason.
Yeah, I was aware of it, but it was not in the forefront of my concerns, because I think as long as he can stay in power, that is premium for him. That's why he held a private conversation in the legislature after the day after the FBI raid. He had a private conversation in our legislature with only the Republicans, which was a violation of the rules in the legislature. You cannot come in there and say you're the governor especially, and have a private conversation in the legislature with only Republicans. That was just outright disrespect, and he could have had that conversation at his house. But he did it at the legislature, and this is how he disrespects us.
Yeah, and the issue of that annuity is the forefront, and the reason being is this is a three-way race, and should he not make it, he's set for life already. So, knowing the composition in the Senate and the relationship. That's why they almost got into a fist fight between Victor and Senator Paul. And that's how languages, because it went up to that level, that they're guaranteeing him that protection just in case he didn't make it, that he's set for life. And that's what they owe him. So the least they could do is acquit him and get him to guarantee that pension. That's not, they don't say that in our language, Ambrose.
I understand. And you're so right. And what you just said even amplifies it. The fact that they're willing to fight, physically fight.
Yes.
And that is the sad part. For somebody else and we haven't even mentioned the FBI RICO investigation. We need to understand that the FBI is not going to do anything until we are finished with the governor. They're not going to have two things going on at the same time.
I just lost that caller. Call again, please. On the landline, if you can, 234-5929. Okay, let me see if I can get that on. My cell is not working properly, so 234-5929 if you want to chime in to the.
All right, there we go.
Okay, let me see if I can get you in. Your name, please.
Hello, Glenn.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. George.
All right, Joe. Hey, did you get to meet Brennan? Good.
Then the Britlia, no, kami then also sa no other meeting.
Okay, all right.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
Glenn, na time na ganno.
Can you hear Ambrose? Speak in English, Joe, please.
With all these issues going on with our state of economy, we have to make it clear na Biden administration saved the Marianas. That's the government civil. The Democrat, National Democrat, malaga pa na klaro, ang doon naman natin siya pagkito. Anay malu mesti di Georgia na election. Determined sa face naman mga Democrat. Naman malesta na maperlo ito kung ma-reduction in force. Then malu mesti Biden administration. Gloria sa kinagudot ni mga matay na todo na. Man legyon to sa pako. Esta pako te masumo siya hagi po kan makonni. Tabu ka sa lapse. Tumela ko tata na kasi i-pick-up no sa mayor ng delegation. Nang tulo na siguro mo sa bonito na pick-up bonito. Sige mo ni governor ni pako do along na sa mayor ng delegation. Benalala din ito pick-up sa binoy kada hadi malago na soluta. So type gumupo makitinian sa binoy ni $500 kada uno voucher. Ni corona lala ekonomiya dito. Hindi ko hindi magay no bonito. Kilelek ko na mga pa sa logistic ko so dito let's not forget about our tourism because our tourism is our bread and butter, but let's use the money where it's intended to and it's for our people.
Thank you, Joe.
Very important is dinantiya di governor di niya na manaygi talakti para giza para hastalo ki governor ne nagwaha lokti lai waha no president ni po sa titi sa ina na talakti na manayo itala per mo
Está, Joe. Si Jesus mo si.
usa di dinanti sa golo ki ra pa binaido como mananayo utong governor na no dalo ki no na pa binaido na no po sa under some no lo
like Ambrose said 10 times.
So, it is benefit the public.
Right.
Okay. It benefit the public.
Thank you, Joe.
Glenn. Kato man pandago usong todo do impeachment article of impeachment. So I believe na uno when no day the governor is used it. It's for a travel first class. Nobody is above the law. The one nagan gano ampo the todo tempo na kaprado no. Nobody is above the law.
Okay.
Everybody must follow the law. Then uno ni sumabo first class. Molika gidos tres restan 151 o 150. Kung kailangan na esta property, esta kanu pagagat. This one is
You're right.
Net office.
Naganagan ako
Sa bonito ipikas
Está.
bonito ipikas sa tanong mo dito sa marami sa taganitan no man mako.
Zaman
Let's give credit where credit is given.
Voucher, no?
Right.
That's a good market for the Biden administration.
All right. Okay. Yes, question. Okay. Okay.
Nagkatuharon si Kina at nagaskat mo na tanutan. Parahita todo di sa Commonwealth. Bata niyo nung justice siya. Ito tastiglan. Basta istin kiris. Kini banda politika. Jesus Mosiglan.
Okay, si Jules Mose. Ambrose, earlier the caller mentioned about that Mr. Kiyosi from Tinian mentioned about the the $500 voucher. That's correct.
I heard him.
Yeah,
I picked up on that part.
From Rhoda, from here in Saipan, we'll go to Tinian.
Yeah.
You know, if that's if there's a plane, chartered plane, I would have jumped in.
I would have been there. We would have been live from Tinian today.
It would be great. Yeah.
But the governor is not. He doesn't want ideas that come from Ambrose Bennett to give Ambrose Bennett credit, and that was a problem. It shouldn't be that way. But being an African American, I am used to it. I've seen it. But what gets me is it hurts the other people.
Here's what you should do next time. Okay. I have to take that statement and turn it into Chamorro, so that Chamorro would say it in a Chamorro. Okay. So next time, don't say from Ambrose. If you're gonna give advice, but don't say from Ambrose because he'll take it. Okay. But if you put in your name, he won't take it. But
that's the sad part. It's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah. But I could see where you're coming from. Let me get a caller again from the landline. And buenas. Okay, go ahead. Question?
Actually, the question kala na comment.
Okay, comment. Go ahead. Name, por favor.
All right. Analyze the impeachment of article of impeachment. The article of impeachment, the impeachment trial, it's impeachment ng aking constitution.
Yes.
Siya ni kung isa papa ni sa nilo sa impeachment the constitution the klaro. There was never a permanent draft as to how to go about impeachment. So all the articles of impeachment, are they impeachable? That's the question that everybody has to answer.
Siyempre na Senate and no trial na pa ma-determine.
I didn't know. Like I said, I'm analyzing this impeachment process.
Okay, stand by, Ping.
Okay, to help him with
the question that needs to be asked before the both houses: are those articles of impeachment impeachable?
Okay, we'll get that to Ambrose. Okay, thank you, caller.
My next question.
Okay, there's another question. Okay.
Actually, the next comment I have that I do probably wanted to, hopefully Ambrose can answer that, is before any impeachment happened in the cinema, which is president, right? The great ex-president. There was never a draft article, or there's no document of doctrine of how to go about the impeachment. So the question that needs to be asked and needs to be clarified by both houses: do they agree on that article of impeachment? If there anything that the governor that has committed impeachable?
Okay, thank you, Nenono Ray. All right, Ambrose, did you hear that?
Okay. Under the constitutions, we have what we call inferred and inherited powers. This is an inferred power. Just because it is the first time that it is being done, there is no precedent for it. That does not nullify it. In fact, it substantiates and provides for those who follow to have a standard to look at. We have to set a precedent somewhere for the first time. We just started making all kind of laws for the internet. The Constitution never mentioned the internet, but yet we are making laws to address it. And the same thing is happening with this impeachment. Just because it's the first time, it shouldn't be challenged as saying it's inappropriate or wrong. What the Senate's job to do is to certify it. Now, once if they impeach the governor, then those impeachment things are written in stone. Then, once the Senate certifies it, if they acquit and they are using those impeachment procedures and rules as part of the reason to acquit, then we will still have a rock between a hard place, because we're not going to go anywhere with that until the next impeachment takes place. So this is all about setting the precedents for impeachment in the CNMI. That is inferred in the Constitution. It is an inferred power for of the legislature to perform this act. And how they do it is the discretion of that legislature. The Constitution didn't know what the situation would be. It just gave them the powers to do it. And they legally have the power to do it. Whether the Senate agrees with it or is yet to be seen. If they disagree with it, then we will still have a dilemma as to what true impeachment rules and procedures should be. The problem is the Senate, like I said in our last show, was the Republicans in the House and the Republicans in the Senate didn't say a mumbling word about the process, procedure, rules, or anything, when they could have been addressed and fixed if there were true legitimate concerns. Now that it is over, they want to cry foul. Why didn't you cry foul when the game was going on? So some kind of refereeing could have taken place, literally, to resolve these issues. Claiming ignorance, not knowing what was in the impeachment rules, is showing a failure of your fiduciary duties to know. You were sitting there. Your job was to know, but you didn't make an effort to find out. So it's those kind of things. Yes, sir.
All right. Get the caller on the cell. Buenas.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
I'll just get straight with my comment. And, now with the election coming on, and Governor Rob Torres wants to get reelected because he wants to progress whatever he's progressing, or whatever his political party is progressing. But in reality, Mr. Bennett, if we're really gonna, if Governor Rob, as he's saying, that he has a vision, well, the reality with that vision right now is cinema is tainted already, and no big time investor will wanna come to the cinema already, because you know why? And this is a true fact. It's because it's already been a couple of times that slavery in the Marianas made headlines around the world on world news. Who wants to go to the cinema knowing that there's human trafficking, slavery, they're making people work not getting paid, and a government that when they sees a lot of money, it is the political, it is the top officials that invest on that money. It's not the people, and that's the reality. That is the reality. That is the reality in the cinema. That's why there's so much issues, plenty of issues. People are not receiving the help that they want. A lot of people are still on the food stamp, and then they make fun of those people why they're not working. Well, the reality in the cinema, you have to be connected to a political party. Have a good life. You cannot find a good life making people work and not paying them. Outside workers put in a barracks, no power, no water, their trash not controlled. Come on, man.
Okay.
That's the reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Loki. And okay, Silus Mose. Okay. Quick comment on that before we get to the landline.
Okay, he's very right about the poor people. In fact, the last census showed that 54% of the people in the CNMI are living at or below the poverty level. And the governor seems like he doesn't know that for some reason. And I agree totally with him. Our name has been smeared. And we got to understand that the cloud of the RICO is still hanging over us. Don't forget it, because I'm willing to bet money that the governor is not going to even make it to the ballot if we can finish this impeachment before the ballot. Because I feel the feds are just waiting in line until this is over. They have to be, given what's going on.
Let me get to the landline. Please,
Glenn, I just wanted to mention my second question to Ambrose. And when you look at the Constitution in regards to the article or impeachment, my question that I have before the people or before the legislature, the leaders, a question that I have is, once you're impeached, does that limit the power of the governor to execute any activities in the executive branch? Or until such time that he is proven innocent, that he may go back to full power? So who steps out in case the governor is impeached? Does the lieutenant governor steps in to take full charge? So those are not clear when it comes to the impeachment. So just if the person is convicted, or let's say for the sake of saying it, it's about a job. A police officer committed or let's say act beyond unreasonable doubt, it will be put on administrative leave or assigned to another position. So that's the question that
very good question. Okay.
The governor.
Thank you.
The governor who takes over if the governor gets impeached by the House.
All right, thank you.
Okay, our government is actually designed so that one monkey doesn't stop the show, as we say in my culture. Meaning that if one person is moved out, another person is supposed to automatically move in, which is the lieutenant governor. The lieutenant governor is not being impeached. Let's say the governor got arrested by the feds and was convicted. We know the lieutenant governor would take his place, and the Senate president will become the lieutenant governor, which is what happened when Governor Enos passed away. It was an automatic transition, and that's the way our government works. If the governor and the lieutenant governor both had been under fire to be impeached, then the Senate president would become the governor, and the Speaker of the House would become the lieutenant governor, is my assumption. That's the way it works federally. I know.
The question posed by Ron is that when he's impeached, does the lieutenant governor steps in the interim?
No, there's no interim because there's no verdict. We just had a trial.
Okay, so that's
we
what
just well, not really a trial. What we went through with the House, if you want to compare it to a judiciary proceeding, it would have been like the grand jury. We went through the grand jury section aspect of indicting the a person. Now the actual trial takes place in the Senate, which is why the House is complaining about the Senate trying to tell the House who can be their managers for the House. They're trying to prevent the House from even participating by saying only the legal counsel can represent the House, which is totally wrong. is outrageously wrong to tell the House who they can send to represent them in a trial. That's like telling you, Glenn, you can't use Mr. Bennett as your lawyer, even though you want him. So you get what I'm saying?
We are approaching a minute left already. You want to close up now? We got 2 minutes.
Okay, well, I was going to talk about the cannabis industry. I was reading an article about it. They brought in, they've accumulated over since they started around $655,790 and created some 32 jobs. This was generated by these businesses and money brought in. But the bottom line is we as a people, we only gotten a return of around between $6,000 to $10,000 that actually went to the government. And one of the things I was telling the Senate, I was telling the governor, was that we need to focus on the hemp industry. The hemp industry is the one that's going to really make money for the CNMI and create an industry of manufacturing jobs that will be comparable to what the garment industry used to be, only using local people. But nobody has done anything about the hemp industry. It's just a law, but nobody's taking advantage of it. I think the cannabis industry here is not going to make a lot of money because we don't have the population. Even if we had a lot of tourists, we're still not going to make a lot of money just from the cannabis because locals are not going to be involved with it as far as purchasing cannabis. One of the things I explained about cannabis was once we legalized cannabis, nothing in the village was going to change. The people that were growing and getting their stuff the way they were getting it, it was still going to be the same. And I'm pretty sure you don't see local people running to the cannabis store. You probably see a lot of non-locals going there. We need to focus really on creating the hemp industry and reviving our ability to use the Made in the U.S. label for stuff, which is what made the garment industry so successful. Hemp is stronger than glass, it's better than fiberglass, and is more durable than even plastics when it comes to making products. And Made in U.S. A label is a valuable asset that we are not trying to even use. It's like we're standing on a gold mine, but nobody wants to dig. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. The future does look bright. I think the people should see that the Democrats are trying to fix and change things like Senator Edith is doing, especially with the gas and with the money for the NMDs. But Republicans are blocking the way. And it's time for the people are the only ones that can really fix this. And they're going to have that chance in November. And I hope they will take an opportunity to do that. Adios. God bless everybody. Have a blessed weekend. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. All right.
Adios. Adios.
Thank you so much for that report on Marianas Agupa and Zeus Mosi Talo Ambrose po rin, no? Malo, magtitimpo, apanelus na parata hutsum iprogramata, binigi 100.3 at isa di tapanhuzong, tapanadingo. Talo si Zeus Mosi para time check at 10:58. Bago na Sabalo, mga manmalifan na Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Heckman.
Ikubit siyang tinamot zan hinemlo. Bravo Pharmacy zan Central Maulik na hinemlo. Pronto zan listo na servisyon amot para hinemlo. Agang watugi 233 amot 233-2668. Email is over prescription ni bravomeds@gmail.com. Mabababagin in Lunis esta Business. ginin ioran alas 9 giga, estay oran alas 6 ipupoy. Sabalo, ginin ioran alas 9 giga, estay oran alauna gitaluan talo, agang wato 233, amo 233-2668.
All right. Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Garapan kagman sa Nuevo Naramas, Gizadandan. Us masi mga man balipan natin sila mo mizo, Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Lalu i-klema para pa na Sabalo ni napatutudyan do gini ni Jolten Markets and Department Stores, Shop Local Shop Jolten. Naman balipan nila. Mapti tempo na para ta hutsumi programata apadelo si Jules Masi na panita pa na Sabado. Binigay 100.3 FAMA para todos imang saunaw pa si Jules Masi. Ginin aturidad Marianas Agupa, Mariana Iglesias i-report siya ng istorya. Saludo para todos sa mga manikmut. Manita pa dan si Peter Santos, si Chiluta Bueno, gigat po na Island Samoro. Peter Santos talo, Jules Masi. No gumawa niya siguro talo si Guelo Tem. Kaya manita ito Sabado, no sinimbago. Ano yung daw kilo na si Jules Masi, si Senator Singh na papatinian ng todos si grupo, gini opisina niya tadi. May Edwin Audan dan grupo siya gano'n na muna posisidri bonito na Pika Festival. Isa tanong siya kan masasili Pago dan Agupa. Jules Masi gawa tempo na siya manhano papay tauta. Saluta si Sedolo Cabrera. Naman malipan na tana na bonito siya na eksplikasyon. Eksplika Pago na Sabalo. Otro Sabalo talos niya manitan si Seth. Jules Masi Seth. Wahu si Glenn H. Manglo niya nagwaizay na famulig ng pas para turudo samzu. Waiza hamzu adios. Esto otro Sabalo. Jules Masi.
Se enmola mi corazón.